All right, we're back for show 199. Is my mascot on there? No. He's off the picture. Sorry. Still get paid. Oh, here they go. We're with Geoff Cornish from AccuWeather. Am I allowed to say that? Hi, Geoff. How you doing? That's Geoff with a G. Now,
right.
this is...
Thanks for having me on again, Ed.
Oh, no problem. I was desperate. I mean, It's hard to have number 200 if you don't have 199, you know.
Well, hey, I'm excited for you. This is a big benchmark coming up.
Send cash. Or a check, I don't care. Money orders, too. So I was going to talk about severe weather in the spring. That means thunderstorms and also tornadoes. Now, they had tornadoes last night, was it? Or the night
there
before?
were several. The storm survey crews from various National Weather Service offices are out looking at the damage now, especially eastern Indiana and western Ohio. As we shoot this here, we're aware of 3 fatalities. So it was a really nasty night there near the eastern Indiana, western Ohio area.
It shouldn't be that strong right now, right? In the olden times, I don't think it was as vicious.
Yeah, there's a big debate, and there are a lot of I don't know. It's hard to establish a baseline, I think. If you look at the number of tornado reports so far this year, we're below average. Typically by now, if we look at a 15-year average, we have around 165, and we're at 118 through last night.
Yeah, but maybe they're more powerful.
I don't know. I'm resisting you here on this, Ed. I'm not sure. We're actually in the midst of a record-long break right now. We have not had an EF5 tornado since 20. I'm going to check my notes. Since 2012.
Is everybody upset about that?
Well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. We have never gone that many years without one. And let me check my notes. I think it was 2013.
But you don't really,
we're in the midst of a record-long break.
You don't really have to be hit by a big one to get destroyed.
No, that's very true. That's very true. And an EF4 is a deadly thing.
We were talking about a Fujita scale, which was named after, strangely enough, Professor Fujita back in early 70s at University of Chicago. And now here's 5. They didn't put that. Oh, the 6th one was that put in on the hurricane scale, not on the Fujita?
Well, some people are trying to debate that, but no 6 has officially been added to the scale. The last EF5, by the way, I just checked myself, was Moore, Oklahoma in 2013. So we've gone 11 years without an EF5. And historically, we would get one of them about once every other year, once every 2 years. It may be a factor of different methods of verifying these tornadoes. But I'm not convinced that we're seeing stronger tornadoes, but we certainly are seeing more tornadoes in the winter months and in the early part of spring, farther north. We got our first ever Wisconsin tornado in the month of February.
Because the tropical air is farther north, and it's I was going to say supposed to be. I'm going to say that it used to be.
Yeah.
And get used to it.
So
folks.
I guess if the overall numbers may not necessarily be changing a whole lot, it's possible that maybe there's a slight decrease in the winter months near I-10 down to the Gulf Coast, but an increase much farther north.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We don't need them.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
But to your point, Wisconsin had never had a February tornado until this year.
Yeah. Well, not on record, because I remember the dinosaurs reported one.
Right, that's true. That's true.
So you remember that. We had weather reporters. They looked like dinosaurs. And T-Rex, and nobody argued with them.
That's true. But to me, everything is documented really, really well with, we all have an HD camera in the form of a cell phone now. So we are able to see everything that goes on much better than we could in the past.
Yeah.
So I do think that the public has the sense that the weather has gone wild when we see tornado footage. We average 1,200 a year. So that's going to be a lot of tornadoes, and more of these are being documented on camera than before.
Yeah, but most people don't pay attention to that, though. Look at all that. Ooh. There's a guy running out there in 1920. Let me take a picture of this.
Right.
Let me use my Kodak. Wait a minute.
Right. And there are a lot more chasers now, too. I've had an interesting conversation with a guy named Alan Dietrich, who used to he was a chaser back in the 90s. And he would physically take a computer, a monitor, phone line. He'd have to use, dial-up internet from a convenience store. and a printer, and they would take the extension cords and all that, print something out. He would log on to the web, go on AOL, and download one radar image, print it out in the trunk of his Ford Explorer, then unplug all the wires, tear it all down, and go chase using NOAA weather radio and that outdated radar image. Now with apps like Radar Scope and other apps where you can check a detailed radar, at your fingertips, even with a poor cell phone connection, there are a lot of chasers out there more than ever before. And,
I don't know why you want to be a chaser of a tornado.
I don't know. It'd be an amazing thing to see.
Is their insurance paid up or what? But if the insurance company found out what they were doing, all right, you're out.
I know. Or some of these guys rent cars, too.
They went what?
I don't know if that conversation goes with the car rental clerk.
Oh. Well, we may bring it back, but...
Right.
Yeah,
We'll take the insurance.
I see it's going to cool off in the north for a while, at least.
Yeah. We've had such a tremendously warm winter. You and I talked about how it was the record warmest in Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Michigan, and a top 5 or 10 warmest winter for many other states, including Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, where I am, and others. But as spring begins, we're going to take a step back, and temperatures are going to be below average for a little while.
That won't last.
No, I agree.
I just can't wait for 20 above normal in the middle of summer. Oh, geez, 105.
That's your kind of weather there, Ed.
That's not bad. That's not bad. You imagine that?
Well, yeah, but there are a lot of some of the climate scientists. They're a lot firmer on correlations between the number of hurricanes and climate change, and they're a little bit less sure about the correlation between tornadoes and climate change. Although, to your point, certainly farther north during the cold season, we're seeing them more frequently than we used to.
I don't know. Maybe they pay more attention to hurricanes.
They do, yeah. They're costlier if you look at the economic toll and that kind of thing, too.
I love and
they lead to more lives lost as well.
The National Hurricane Center is the official word, not these people on TV, like on the local media. Well, I don't agree with that. Get out of here. I love the spaghetti plot.
You like the spaghetti plot?
Oh, yeah. We just put them where they go close together. We'll pick that for a track.
Right. That's the higher confidence forecast.
You know what I don't like about the government did? They got rid of the old METARs, hourly readings. It's hard to find now. What the heck do you look up?
Well, they still exist, but I guess you have to. They don't publish them on their website as frequently.
No, you got to search for it.
Yeah.
What's their problem? Come on now. Come on.
They're still produced. They're still out there. But a lot of this is just decoded.
It was easy before. You just go in, just like the satellite photo or the radar. Come on, why did they do this? Too much money?
Why did they do what?
Why did they stop doing it? They changed sites.
Well, I think they are putting some other resources out there that do show really nice things. A lot of interactive maps. But it's different than what you might be used to. So if
I don't need an interactive map.
I know. Well,
I don't need it. Just give me the forecast here. I'm not going to interact with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're right. It's always painful when it's something that you've been using for 30 years or 15 years or whatever is taken away and it's replaced by something better.
Better in their estimation.
You miss what you used to have.
Yeah. So what else did they do?
Well, I know one thing that they are doing now with their track forecast for tropical systems. They used to just highlight the coastline with tropical storm warnings or watches. Now they're going to begin. You'll notice the beginning of around the middle of this season, you're going to see inland wind-related warnings issued. So the cone maps are going to look different. Even inland, we're going to have highlighted areas.
Well, just put it in with the colors. This zone is in here, put the colors in, like they do with the other stuff. Winter storm warning or winter, what the hell? They got all these different names now. Winter storm warning. And
they've been trying to streamline some of the watches, warnings, and advisories because it could be alphabet soup sometimes.
Well, you're like that, alphabet soup. So what's it doing in State College today?
What'd you say?
That was the dog. What's still going on in State College today? Holy cow.
Well, I'm not sure what's going on in the world of news here, but weather-wise, we actually had a thunderstorm back around midnight. I picked up
Really?
a little over a quarter inch of rain.
We didn't have that.
It wasn't severe or anything, but yeah, we had some thunder and lightning, which was kind of exciting.
Maybe you're
Little
having a
early in the season
crazy
for that.
dream. Were you at work then?
No, I was home. I was at home. Yeah.
Do you go shift working, or you have a set?
I typically work noon to 8, and then I'll go home, spend a little time with my wife and kids, and sometimes I'll fire up the computer then and wrap up a lot more. We're encouraged to use social media, and it doesn't really fit into the work schedule. Our shifts are pretty busy. So I tend to catch up on Facebook and Twitter and things like that later at night from home.
Can't do without it,
But,
I said you can't do without it. No. How did we ever live?
I know. Well,
Remember-
I'm a dinosaur. I actually don't have those apps on my phone anymore. I just use them on the computer.
Remember,
I don't want too many notifications all the
it's
time.
X, not
X,
Twitter.
yes. We still call it Twitter, X,
Of course
whatever.
we do.
I don't know.
All right, so how much time we got left? I don't see any numbers.
And I wanted to ask you some questions.
Wait, I know what life. What do you got? Here comes the TikTok here. What? 8 minutes to go. Look at my watch. 8 minutes. All right. So you want to ask me some? Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry
I
to
wanted
wake
ask
you up,
well,
sweetheart.
this is your
All right,
199th
go back.
show. I know you have a big celebration lined up for number 200.
Oh, we have a few thousand people coming.
It's going to be amazing. The parking lot will be full. And
They'll
then
be
some.
full because we'll have selling tickets.
Right. Well, Ed, I wanted to ask you, what's your most memorable show out of all 199? I know you've had musical performances, you've had kids on, talented people in the
Yeah.
area. You recently talked to somebody. I thought it was really interesting when this may not be your most memorable show, but you had the guy from the auto body shop on.
Yes.
And I thought those were good.
That was about
questions.
2 or 3 ago. Yeah, 2 ago or something.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting stuff.
See that? Well, send in messages what you want to see. I'll go get them.
Well, what was your favorite show? Most
Oh.
memorable?
Oh, yours.
Yeah, I'm looking for that. Come on now.
Being with the dog. No, I don't.
Yeah, it all.
We used to
runs
have the
together.
one, the girl who would dance. But
Yeah, no, I remember that.
I tried it, but it didn't work. I don't know.
Yeah.
They
How
all
long has Gino been doing this with you?
How long? Over
Yeah.
a year, 2, something like that. He's playing bingo today.
Okay.
Bingo.
We're going to talk to him about priorities.
Yeah, I know, but
No, I like Gino. Yeah, you guys are great. You guys are great.
write that down and send it. I don't know. I don't have favorites. I don't know. Except when you're
Okay.
on, and then I put that in there.
Did you ever have an interview that, somebody who you found difficult to get on the air, but you were able to track him down and, I don't know, local political leader or anything like
We
that?
don't mention political leaders, please. I had the one that blew me off twice.
Oh, yeah? Well, I think that you probably thought that I blew you off once.
Yeah, what?
Do you remember there was a time about a year or two ago where I was supposed to be on, and for the life of me, I could not find the right link, and I was emailing you. And by the time I finally, I called Westford Communications there, WestfordCAT, and
Yeah, Putty Tat, yes.
yeah. So I think I was on the following week, but I felt bad because
We give you an air. We'll let you off the hook. We know where you live anyway, so.
yeah.
So I don't know.
What was, have you ever had a big crowd on at the same time? I've seen 4, 5, 6 people on at the same time.
Oh, that's not usual.
No.
Look if I get somebody breathing outside of you.
That's right.
Yeah. Look at, how you doing, baby? Yeah.
Any animals beyond the dog?
No, few human animals, but no, the dog's the only one, I believe. We tried to bring a squirrel in, but he's too frisky.
Yeah.
Hi, baby.
Well, it used to be Weathering the Weather with Ed.
Yeah, that was that other show.
Branded the show, right?
That was 48 educational weather shows.
Was that counted among the 200, or is that
No.
a totally separate
That's
show?
separate. So really, it's 248.
Okay,
But
that's
hey.
impressive.
It's been over 10 years, and I look the same, decrepit. Yeah. What do you think
That's
this is, a TV comedy show?
You look good, Ed. You look good.
Thank you. You need glasses. Oh, no, thank you very. So, hey, you got another? Relax, baby. Come on.
No, I was going to ask, what's the most rewarding part of this for you?
Leaving after the show.
All right, excellent.
See, I don't know. I'm stuck in a rut, you know. As Elvis said, caught in a trap.
Yeah. Well, do you have any specific goals? How, do you want to go to 400, 500? Do you have any ideas about this? Just take it a week at a time.
You may have to wheel me in by then.
Right.
You'll be here in the show. Hi, I'm his co-host. You'll move here, put you up in the garage. By the way, if you're in the garage and you get cold, just turn the engine on.
Right. So you started, it was about 10 years ago, you said, right?
Well, yeah, a little over 10.
Yeah, okay.
I was in my prenatal years.
Right.
Yeah.
In utero.
How much time we got now, Slugger? They never put a sign up. What? Keep going?
Keep going, Ed. We're
Talk
good.
to me like that.
COVID was the big thing. A lot of broadcast operations had to kind of put things on hold or pivot. What did you guys have to do about that?
I don't think we did many then.
Yeah. I got
We
you.
don't want to breathe off each other, you know. Kind of hard to do a show with a mask on.
I know. Well, the whole thing. Yeah.
But you're on the radio. Who cares?
Right.
I don't know. So is Joe Lundberg around?
I just saw him when I came. I come in, he's in the final hour of his shift.
Biked. Don't say he's in his final hours.
Just the final hour of his work day.
All right.
Yeah.
He bikes.
And he often then goes out on the he does a lot of road biking.
Did you tell him to come in yet? Tell him to come on the show yet?
What did you say?
Did you tell him to come on the show?
I need to ask him. You know what? I dropped the ball the past 2 weeks. You asked me to ask him. I think I asked him maybe a year or two ago.
And what did he say?
But I need to ask him again.
I don't want to be bothered.
I will ask him this time.
You ask him again.
Yeah.
Dean DeVore. I don't know. Nah.
You're tough, Ed.
I don't know. He tells you a story all the time. Will you get to the point, please? Well, hi there, everybody. By the way, you're moving around the screen. What happened?
Oh, I still the computer.
Wait a minute. I can't see your fingers. Oh, 2 minutes. Sorry, baby.
2 minutes.
2-minute warning. 2 minutes. So, are you a fan of the Philadelphia 76ers?
I am, yeah. I don't get to watch many of their games because I work evenings, but I know it's not good. They have a problem.
Now, the Knickerbockers lost Julius Randle because the stupid coach put him in. 4.5 minutes ago, and you're ahead by 20. What are you putting him in for?
Yeah.
What for? Put somebody at the end of the bench who's reading a book. You know what I mean? What?
Yeah.
He's been gone.
The Sixers, they've got a lot of talent. They should be performing better than they are right now.
Well, they're without him. They're 10-10 without him.
Yeah.
He was a big piece of it.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
You know, look at Philadelphia. They can't even score.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a tough spot.
They don't know and your Flyers are not that great either.
They've outperformed expectations. You know, they're going to sneak into the playoffs.
Yeah,
I agree
sneak in
they
is
probably
right.
don't have a big
Yeah,
run.
right now they have that. I don't understand this. Instead of the top 8, let's do the top 3 in each division. Then we have a wild card. Why don't you just do the top 8?
Yeah. It's a little complicated. But, you know, before the season, it did not look like they were going to be a playoff team.
Well, that ain't over yet.
It's true. I
can see it now.
I think they're going to sneak in. Yeah.
So your Phillies aren't going to be great either.
Yeah. People loved John Tortorella, the Flyers coach there. The city's, I don't know. He's impressed a lot of people.
I thought that was something you order at a restaurant the first time I heard it. Have a tortorello.
Right.
You know? Ooh, it's not. We don't
rice,
have that. What?
Rice, beans, and whatever
and
else.
And a tortorello for dessert.
Right. A little bit of ground beef.
What do you? Oh, I'm getting this. All right, I want to thank you for coming on 199.
Well, thanks for having me on, Ed. I appreciate you.
Thank you. No, I appreciate you.
And congratulations, 200. Big deal.
You're killing me here.
I know.
Well, all right. Thank you very much. And say hello to your family, your dog, and your neighbors, and the mayor, football team.
Mayor. Hey, the mayor of State College works here, Ezra Naines. He's we actually have 2 mayors that work at State College.
Really?
State College mayor, and then a mayor of a small town called Port Matilda.
How about that? Well, get them on.
Yeah.
Get them on. I'm desperate.
You were just...
Gonna choke. All right. Hey, Jeff. What are you laughing about? I'm choking here. All right, Jeff. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you, Ed. Good to
Tell
see you.
Joe Lundberg. Tell Joe Lundberg to get in here.
I'll talk to him.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right,
Ed Sullivan is dead, but Cohen isn't. And when it comes to weather, Cohen's smart. As New York as you get, his money's on the Mets, which goes to show that Ed's a Joe who always bets his heart. You'll hear a slick review or 2 from Nicky. And Cantor Something Berg will sing some song. There's weather news and shtick, enough to make you sick. You'll be glad you came along.